Hey, everybody, welcome to this episode of the Disc Golf Answer Man. Next one comes from James. He says, hey, Disc Golf Answer Man, hope you're well. My question would be, what would you say about small amounts of man-made obstacles on the course? Hardscaped island greens, elevated baskets, hardscaping around the tee pad, and the like. I have some cool ideas for improvements on the course I maintain, but I'm unsure of how they might be received. Thanks again, stay cool.
Yeah, I'm all for this.
Yeah.
Especially if your course is, kind of like what we're kind of struggling with here, which is we lose trees every year, and the course just seemed to get more and more open, unfortunately. So, landscaping, islands that are well thought out, that kind of thing. Maybe don't go too crazy with it, and don't do this on every hole. There's nothing worse than going and playing a tournament, in my mind, where every basket's elevated.
Yes.
Having one or two on the course is perfectly fine as long as it's done right. You don't just want just super tall basket in the ground. If you landscape around it and build it up, that's one thing. But if you just kind of go crazy and do this on every hole, it gets to be more like putt-putt or mini golf, that kind of thing. But landscaping is key. I mean, I'll tell you what, as Bobby or Anthony can attest to, some of the landscaping work that we had done in Alaska really made the course like, wow, this hole's freaking cool, and all it was doing is just adding big, massive rocks around the tee pads or around the baskets and really building it up. And landscaping will absolutely dress up a course when you're looking to do something like that. And around tees, always do it around
go
tees,
nuts.
and one thing that to keep in mind when you're doing this is really focus on the first hole and the last hole, because that's, first impression versus last impression. Final impression is what a lot of people will take off the course. So if you really focus on dressing up hole number 1 and hole number 18, obviously if you've got the funds to do it all, do it. But if you have minimal funds, those are the two holes that I highly recommend really putting a lot of focus on.
Nice.
Yeah, I just put one little thing in there about, you said hardscaping, island greens, and around the tee pad and baskets and stuff. I would be careful about putting too many extra rocks and hard surfaces around baskets, just because they can be kind of prone to rollaways or tearing up your discs, things like that. So I agree. Around the tee, you can make that area beautiful, and you can do some around the basket as well. I just don't like throwing over and over and over and over onto rocks by the basket if possible.
Sure.
So, and I don't think that's what you're suggesting, just something to think about.